So in episode 5, we get an actual look of the what it's called the Scarlet Crimson ore here. That is one of the minerals that creates the Ninchirin swords for the Demon Slayer court, and it was just cool to see them introduce this here. And we got a couple of times where we gained very brief information on how these ores and stuff are used. Now, during his conversation, Tanjiro's conversation with Mr. Haganetsuku, uh, pretty much probably more than likely butchered his name. I've seen it a few times, but in his conversation with the Ninchurin sword giver here, that he's pointing up at the sun and he's basically explaining to Tanjiro how the swords the swords are created and forged, and these minerals, these ores, the scarlet iron sand, this stuff sits basically at the top of Mount Yoko, the top of the mountain for an entire year, which gives the swords their specific power. And we of course we get to see Tanjiro get his sword, and it changes color, because that again that's the basis of the swords, the the ore, the sand, all of that. It's all centered around the user holding and wielding the sword, and of course the sword actually changing color, which again the name of the in which the Nichiren sword's other name is the blade of color change, which that one other character, which we haven't got any names for the three that joined Tanjiro at the final selection spot, was basically talking about. He kept saying, that I needed the Nichiren sword. I need my blade, my specific weapon. I need the color change weapon. He kept mentioning that. So you know we gain all of this information in episode 5. Now we've seen this image a few times within the past 5 episodes of the anime. We've seen this specific image. The sun is like right there. If you can see, you should be able to tell that the sun is there, of course. But I'm gonna take a guess and say that because they mention this in the manga in chapter 9, specifically because chapter 9 and 8 are centered around episode 5, but they pretty much mention that the sword and the ore and all of that materials and all of that are gathered at the mountain closest to the sun, which is Mount Yoko, which Mr. Hagan Mr. Hagen, I'm just gonna say Mr. Hagen, who was talking to Tanjiro, who gave him his sword. He makes the claim that the mountain's name is Mount Yoko, and I'm gonna say that either that mountain is the one on the left of this image here, or it's gonna be further out. I'm not gonna more so say that it's because again I'm basing it off of the height. So the one mountain on the left here would probably be Mount Yoko, but it could be the mountain on the right. I'm gonna say that it's not, but I would more so guess to say that the mountain is further back on the left side behind this mountain in the image on the left here. But like I said, I'm gonna say that the image on the left here is Mount Yoko. But yeah, guys, Mount Yoko definitely would be the highest mountain closest to the sun, and that's where these weapons are used through these materials and forged and everything, and that's how the demon slayers get their weapons, and of choice, or should I say, the ores and stuff, they choose the demon slayer themselves. That's what I'm guessing, because again, with them wielding the sword, then the color change, specifically towards their ability, their emotions, all that. I think it's all tied into their emotions, their abilities, their skill sets, fights, and all of that. I think it's all tied into emotion and all of that. So yeah, guys, very, very cool stuff to see in episode 5. This was just a fun episode, to be honest. Whole bunch of stuff happened, and there's still so much stuff that I need to talk to you all about as far as each and every of these past other episodes, and specifically episode 5. But enough of my rambling. What did you all think of this video? Let's have a conversation in the comment section if you feel up to it, and I will talk to you all in the next Demon Slayer video. Peace, guys.